there's a lot for us to be proud of. We've created a niche investment bank in the course of only 3 years. What's clear is there's lots to be done if we're going to meet those net zero targets, which the government has set out. It's pretty clear that the private sector is not going to get there wholly on its own. So I think that ability to bring the bank's skill set, the bank's capital to bear on these big missions is going to be absolutely critical.
The bank is no longer an idea, it's real. We've built a business unlike anything else in the financial ecosystem of the UK. So we sit between the public sector and the private sector, looking to solve problems. We've recruited the teams, we've started to deploy capital, we've got a nice portfolio of transactions building, and we're demonstrating almost by the week to the market what the bank is capable of. Every transaction we do has its own story, has its own problem solved within it.
The UK Infrastructure Bank played a very important role because they represent the UK government through the Treasury, and therefore it's not just about the money, it's about the fact that the UK is investing in this project very visibly, and also giving the courage and the leadership to other investors to come in alongside them. Working with the bank was a great experience, just as detailed, just as tough as any other investor. A highly professional, forensic detailed due diligence, a really impressive team to work with.
The battery energy storage market is a relatively new one in the UK. There are a number of lenders, however not the sort of depth of lenders that you would have in a typical industry that is merchant-led and doesn't have the same sort of contracted levels of revenue that, say, wind and solar have. And so what the UK Infrastructure Bank was able to do was to provide a certain volume of lending to us that helped both give confidence to the other lenders and also enabled some new entrants to the market.
The bus market, they're usually quite small orders, so you might buy 30 buses, 60 buses. We went to normal traditional infrastructure equity and debt, and it wasn't available for those sort of size of deals. The UK Infrastructure Bank actually said that they would warehouse the debt to enable to give us the time and the energy to put that 100 million together. The people at the bank were extremely passionate about the project. They already kind of knew what we were trying to achieve. They knew the market, they knew the challenges, but they were incredibly supportive and demanding of us to be the best we could be.
There's a lot of ambition and intention around net zero. There are a lot of ideas, but getting ideas to business plan stage is probably the biggest gap. And I think that's where UKIB has really stepped up and has a cohort of skills and expertise that can really help councils play that intelligent client role where they're commissioning projects with the private sector.
We're all aware here that it's quite a unique opportunity to have such a clear and compelling mission, and everyone really does anchor behind that. It's sometimes quite challenging to deliver against and quite complicated, so we're really fortunate to have such a group of talented and experienced individuals who are really motivated to try and work together.
A core focus of what we do is amplifying government policy. We need to unlock billions of pounds of investment to deliver government's ambition for hydrogen and CCUS, and in the bank, alongside colleagues, can play an important role in helping finance and deliver those projects to help get to that ambition.
Coming from where I've come from in the civil service, it's a much smaller organisation, but that means we're much more nimble, we're much quicker in our decision making, and we've made an active choice to recruit people from both the public and the private sector, which means you've got the best of both worlds. I think being in an environment where you're intellectually stimulated, working on things that are nationally important is really motivating, and it makes you really look forward to the next day at work.
As somebody that lives in Yorkshire, that works in Yorkshire, and most importantly is raising a family here, to see an organisation like UKIB put a stake in the ground in Leeds has been fantastic to see. When I think about the next chapter for the bank, I'm really excited about the way in which UKIB can help to turn some of the net zero challenges that we continue to see from ambition into action.
We are working in high risk, sometimes untested technologies, which will hopefully play an important role in meeting net zero. Looking ahead, I'm really excited about being involved with innovative deal structures, working alongside other investors and advisors and seeing how the bank progresses over time.
The best thing about our mandate and the challenge of problem solving is that every time we complete a transaction, we've learnt something new. The pace of learning in this organisation is fabulous. I'm very proud of what we've built. but the truth is we've only just started. There's an awful lot more to come from this organisation.